Hello everyone, this is tour guide Jeremiah and this is 25 facts about me. Fact number 1, my name. My name is Jeremiah because my mom says that I was named after the prophet in the Bible. And as a direct result, I have yet to read the book of Jeremiah. Fact number 2, I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. I love New Orleans, Louisiana, and we often travel back about once every year or every other year as a family because it's truly a cultural place that has the best tasting food and some of the best live music, especially jazz, in the United States. Fact number 3, after Hurricane Katrina, I moved and was raised in Houston, Texas. So I didn't stay in New Orleans for long besides going back to visit. I actually grew up and lived most of my life in Houston, Texas. Fact number 4, I don't know how to swim. Everyone laughs, everyone always says it's just about moving your arms like this, and yet I still don't know how to swim. I've tried everything, and yes, as a child I was thrown into the pool, but I almost drowned and did not magically learn these wonderful gifts. So if you want to teach me how to swim, please hit me up. Fact number 5, I don't know how to drive. This one is entirely on me. I live in Texas, so there's no excuse. But I always had friends who were willing to drive me and parents who were willing to never let me leave the house. So driving places was definitely not something on my radar. And going to college in New York City, I didn't really need a car because I knew I'd be walking or taking the subway pretty much everywhere I was going. So to this day, I've never sat behind the wheel of a car, stepped my foot on the gas, and watched it move. Only stepped on the brake lights so people could check if their tail lights were working. Fact number 6, I've been to Canada. One time with my family, they decided instead of taking a plane, we would take a road trip to Canada, Vancouver, Canada, from Houston, Texas. That's all I'll say about that. Fact number 7, I've been to Progreso and Cozumel, Mexico. This trip, on the other hand, was quite fun. 4 of my family members were on a cruise ship in about the 6th grade where we went to Progreso and Cozumel, Mexico, and I truly had the time of my life. I believe it was Carnival Cruise, the Carnival Triumph to be specific, and the best memory I have is literally just eating fried food at the buffet every single day and the fancy dinners at night. And it was a little bit weird seeing the boat rock, or out of your eye you see like the kitchen utensils sway on the table. That was a little bit sketch, but other than that, I had a pretty great time. Fact number 8, I was the president of my high school speech and debate team. I, as you can tell, like to talk, but more importantly, I love to debate people. Not for the sake of arguing, that's one thing I want to clarify. A lot of people think I like to argue with them. I hate arguing with you, especially if it's non-productive. Debating to me always ends with a positive, had to swallow there, a positive exchange of ideas or someone winning, someone convincing someone else that you were right about something you care about. And that's why I was the president of my high school speech and debate team. A very good debate team, might I add. Fact number 9, when I was on that debate team, my first time flying was for nationals in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, my junior year. I had never flown on a plane until I was about 16, 17, in my junior year of high school, so for some people that's pretty crazy, but it was definitely worth it, and I could finally convince my parents to fly because they never wanted to, like the road trip fact I mentioned earlier. But going for school, specifically for a debate nationals competition, they definitely let me go. Fact number 10, sophomore year of high school, I placed 4th in the state of Texas for debate. Now, these next 5 bullet points are all about debate, so you can clearly tell where my passion is, but I want to clarify the numbers. So in debate in high school, there was the Senate and the House. The Senate was worse and the House was better. So in my sophomore year of high school, I came in 4th in the Senate, the lower version of congressional debate. Fact number 11, junior year, I was 7th in the House. So having to explain this to people in high school that even though I came in 7th the next year, it was in a different group that was better, was very difficult, and I ultimately just stopped doing it. But junior year, I did better than sophomore year. Fact number 12, senior year, I was 2nd in the state of Texas. So overall, for congressional debate in the House, the better group, I was ranked 2nd in the entire state. And the kid who won 1st place, Sid, is a great debater and really deserved to win. So I'm actually glad I got 2nd, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Fact number 14, I have not been sick in 10 years. A lot of people think and believe in jinxing. I do not. I believe that you just take care of yourself, you are healthy, and of course some luck of the draw is involved as well, but Even with the current state of the world in a global pandemic, I have yet to get sick since I was 9 years old, and I'm really hoping it stays that way. I really feel like this pandemic was intended to get me sick, but in all seriousness, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I'm doing my best to continue my safe and healthy streak. Fact number 15, I have been to 17 out of the 50 states in the United States. My goal is to one day visit and actually visit each state, not drive through, but currently I've been to 17 out of the 50, from Texas to Florida and all the states in between in the South, and from Texas to Washington and all of the states in a weird jagged pattern, and then of course New York, where I go to college at Pace, and I've been to Boston because I competed at a debate tournament at Harvard, bonus fact, and also New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware. So those are the 17 states I've been to. Fact number 16, my favorite food types are Italian and seafood. I wanted to pick one or pick a specific dish, but I definitely couldn't pick a specific dish. If anyone knows, I'm a complete foodie, shout out to Meal of the Day, but Italian food and seafood have special places in my heart. How can you not deny the impeccable flavor in both of those, if cooked correctly? Because there's always those people who cannot cook and they ruin it for everyone. Fact number 17, the first time I came to New York City was for Pace University's orientation. I had never visited the city before. It was like my 5th time on a plane. I've only been on a plane about 7 times, but I went for orientation. I had already confirmed I was going there. I had already accepted the financial aid and fully applied. And yeah, I had already committed, and I just decided to fly out to go confirm everything I believed was in fact true, and it was, and now I'm here making this video on behalf of Pace at the Welcome Center. So I think everything worked out. Fact number 18, I have never seen a Broadway show. This is going to trigger everyone on the Welcome Center staff that is a performing arts major and most New Yorkers in general, because I lived in New York City and am going back in New York City in a few days and have not been on Broadway. Obviously, I haven't been on Broadway, but I haven't been to a Broadway show. I just did not find the time, and everyone kept telling me I had to see specific shows for my first show with a good group of friends and a good on-stage cast, so I just never had all of those line up and was so busy with school that I never quite got into anything else. Fact number 19, I have never been to the Bronx. I've been to all of the other boroughs in New York City, but I haven't quite made it to the Bronx, so I should probably do that. Fact number 20, I have met Keke Palmer. This story is a great one, but I'll keep it short. I had tickets through Pace University to go see either Good Morning America or Good Morning America, Strahan, Sarah, and Keke, which was a new addition to the show because on the tickets they were still Strahan and Sarah for Michael Strahan and Sarah Haynes, and Keke Palmer had just joined the show. So when I got there, I was very surprised and ecstatic when she decided to take a photo with me. And I just recently uploaded this photo as a repost on my Instagram story because she's hosting the VMAs, and she was the first person to see that photo. So fact number 21, Keke Palmer knows who I am, and that's more important. Fact number 22, I work for the Joe Biden campaign. I'll try to keep politics out of it, but I just felt this moment in history so important, and for experience purposes, I wanted to have a lot of experience on major political campaigns. I am a political science and journalism double major, another bonus fact, so I definitely wanted to have experience on how campaigns are traditionally run, just to see what works and what doesn't, and what better time and what better campaign than the Joe Biden campaign. Fact number 23, I am a non-affiliated independent, which just means I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, and I'm not just an independent. I'm a non-affiliated independent, which means there's no third party that I subscribe to. I judge each candidate based off of what they say and what they've done or plan to do, and I make my decisions at the ballot box accordingly, and I encourage you to do so as well. Fact number 24, my favorite memory in New York City is a trip I went on, a day trip with friends towards the beginning of my freshman year, fall semester, to Staten Island. Everyone who I tell this to does not believe me or is confused, because Staten Island is supposed to be the borough where nothing really happens and you don't really go to, especially if you're visiting and you don't live there. But I actually found having I was actually found having the most fun I've ever had in New York City in Staten Island. It was something about the group of friends I went with and the unknowingness of what we were going to do, just walking around, exploring, stopping at a restaurant, and getting a feel of authentic New York. It finally felt like I had been in New York City all the way when I went to Staten Island. And let's not forget the free view of the Statue of Liberty on the Staten Island Ferry for the first time is priceless. Fact number 25, my dream travel destination is Fiji. Specifically for two reasons. One, because the commercials and advertising for Fiji water really have me wanting to go to Fiji and just drink the water out of the ground or like at the beach, but also because I found some vacation underwater hotels which were located in Fiji, and that seems like the perfect dream vacation destination for me, especially right now. I couldn't think of a more isolated place to be than literally underwater, surrounded by fish and glass, lots of very strong glass that hopefully never cracks, and I would want to be there in a heartbeat. So I'm definitely planning on going there one day. Comment down below some facts about yourselves and what your favorite travel destination has been, or what you plan, what travel destination you plan on going to will be. I tried to do this all in one take, like a 73 questions Vogue style, so I'm leaving in all of the ums and the uhs. So I hope you guys had a great watch on this video, 25 facts about myself. I hope to see you guys in the next one.